And in the meantime, college basketball gets started, I think, next week. Exhibition games get underway, and then the week after that, it's already here. And I love this part of the sports calendar, if you will, because you got complete monopoly every night of the week with something. Michigan State entering 21st season under Tom Izzo. He's got a great recruiting class coming in next year, but he's not looking down the road that far yet. He got to the Final Four last year, surprise run, but it's just not enough for him anymore. So I had a chance to catch up with him on Media Day in East Lansing to discuss that a little bit further.
The mantra, similar to the football team, is to kind of reach higher. We want more. So how has this offseason been different, maybe, with that mantra in mind?
Well, I think we're looking at the little things got to get better. You know, last year, I mean, the worst thing we did was one of the littlest, easiest things, if you ask me, and that was make free throws. So that was one thing. You know, we just got to make sure we take care of that. But the chemistry, I think, is still great, and that's an important part of winning teams. So hopefully a little better free throw shooting, a little better job with the turnovers, you know, taking care of the ball a little bit better. If you do those two things, gives you a better chance to win, and we won a lot of games not doing those two things last year, and that's why it's take it to another level.
You talked a lot in your introductory press conference about making this a top 10 team all the time. When people reference Michigan State basketball, it is a top 10 program. How is it easy or is it difficult to get these kids to buy into that mentality that everything they do needs to be top 10?
Well, I think it's easier to get them to buy into it. It's harder to do it. You know, buying into it, it all sounds great. It sounds nice and it sounds like a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm all for it. But then you gotta put in the time. And that's one thing I've really been pleased. I think we've had other years where guys put in time. I think we're getting more guys that are putting in time now, which means you got a better base. And if you're not putting in time, you're one of the weirdos. Not, you know, where before the weirdos were the guys, a couple guys that were here at 10 o'clock at night and everybody else is home, you know. So I kind of like where we've taken it.
I showed you this picture a minute ago. We'll put this on the screen, full screen, when we get there. But I know you have a great relationship with this guy.
He's my favorite guy in America, and being a football coach, he's exceeding Mariucci right now because Mariucci's out of it. But that may be one of the cheesier mustaches as I've seen. So good-looking guy, takes care of himself. Just a little bit of a wounded mustache. But I, too, had one of those back in the day, and I guess that's part of the problem with the era. But don't forget, someday, 30 years from now, people will be looking back at you and saying, what was he?
There's already some of those pictures out there of me from college with the long hair that curled up. It wasn't a pretty sight.
I'm sure that smile was photoshopped on D'Antonio's face because he probably hasn't smiled since that photo was taken.
What a great mustache.
If I could grow it like that?
Yeah. If I could grow anything, I can't. I haven't shaved in like 4 days and you can't even tell. Yeah, all right.